We just heard from John Pesutto on that issue of the student protests. He's actually holding a news conference live in Melbourne right now. Let's listen in. I understand that he's speaking here about his colleague, Mauri Deeming.
The best way to work through differences. We want our kids in school, and it would be far better, in my view, if students right across our state who want, along with their parents and staff, want to discuss these issues. I think it's far better for students, parents and staff to sit down and talk about these issues in a constructive way in their classrooms. It's obviously an important local and international issue. There's another factor though here. We are going through a period of time when we are seeing anti-Semitic acts and sentiment on the rise, and many people in Victoria's Jewish community feel under siege at the moment. And protests like this, while we have the freedom to protest, and of course that's part of our democracy, but these protests are adding to that anxiety that many people in our Jewish community are starting to feel over this sentiment and anti-Semitic acts. I think kids should be in school. And I just, again, emphasising this point, we live in a great democracy where we cherish our right to protest peacefully. Freedom of expression is a kernel of Australian democracy. But protest isn't the only way, and it's most often not the best way to bring people together. And I want to see Victorians come together more, of all ages. And sure, talk about these important issues. But we need to remember too, that at this point in time, Victoria's and Australia's Jewish community is feeling the heat from a rise in anti-Semitic acts and sentiment, and we need to be very conscious of that too.
Do you think that people from the Palestinian community are also feeling the same heat?
Of course, and our heart goes out to innocent people all across the region of the Middle East. All innocent people we care for. We are a compassionate people, and we want all people to be protected. But equally, Hamas is the source of this conflict. It prompted this conflict by the outrages it committed on the 7th of October and the atrocious way that it holds on to hostages who should be returned to their communities and their families. So our heart goes out to all innocent peoples, no matter what their background.
A pretty clear message there from the Victorian Opposition leader who wants kids to be back in school today and not protesting.